Okay, so we are moving on to a new section, and this is going to be a lot of information, okay? And it's going to be split up into what we call interior angles and exterior angles. We have already talked about the words interior and exterior. What does interior mean? Right, inside. And what does exterior mean? Right, exterior means outside. So we're going to talk about the inside angles and the outside angles of regular polygons, right? Okay, so we'll start off with one we know, which is triangle. How many sides are in a triangle? Right, 3, right? How many degrees do all the angles inside a triangle add up to? Right, 180. If a triangle is a regular polygon, meaning all equal sides, and therefore all equal angles, how many degrees in each angle? Right, 60 degrees each. Okay, that's one we know. Okay, quadrilateral, not necessarily square. Any quadrilateral has 4 sides. And do you remember us talking about how many degrees a quadrilateral adds up to? Right, 360. And we got 360 because we thought of a quadrilateral as being 2 triangles. And each triangle is 180, right? If we had a regular quadrilateral, meaning a square, how many degrees in each corner? Well, if they all add up to 360 and you have 4 corners and they're all equal, square is obviously 90, 90, 90. So those are ones we know. And then we'll do the pentagon, and then we'll kind of see a pattern here. How many sides in a pentagon? Right, 5. How many triangles can we get in a pentagon? We're going to get 3 triangles in a pentagon. So 3 times 180 is 540. And if it was a regular pentagon, we'd have 5 equal angles, so 540 divided by 5 is 108 degrees for each angle. So these formulas are going to form a pattern. So we're going to use the letter N a lot. N is equal to the number of sides. And if we look at our pattern, 3 sides was basically 1 times 180. 4 sides, 2 times 180. 5 sides, 3 times 180. What's the pattern? Right, it's always 2 less than the number of sides times 180. That's how we got it. And when we wanted to find each interior angle, we took that number that we got from the n minus 2 times 180, and we divided it by n, divided it by the number of sides. We divided by 3, and then 4, and then 5. So that's like the general formula that we can use for anything. So if it's a pentagon, which we already did, but we'll do it again, the sum of the interior angles is going to be, so pentagon has n equals 5. So n minus 2 times 180, or 3 times 180, which is 540. For each interior angle, we don't have to do the n minus 2 times 180 again, we just did it. Take that total and divide it by n, 108. If we move on to a hexagon, how many sides are in a hexagon? All right, 6. So we're going to follow the suit. 6 minus 2 times 180, which is 4 times 180, which is 720. And then if we take that total and divide it by 6, we get that each interior angle is 120. Octagon, n equals 8. N equals 8, so I have 8 minus 2 times 180, or 6 times 180, which is 1080. To find each interior angle, I'm going to divide that by 8, which is 135. Right? And onwards we go. So we won't always be able to get a picture with each one, right? A picture with each one, but we can just follow our formula either way. So the next formula is n equals 14, a 14-sided polygon. Now you might just say, well, 14 minus 2 is 12, so 12 times 180, and I can do this on a calculator, is 2160. And then I'm going to take that total and divide it by n. And if it ever comes out to a decimal, which this one does, I can round it 154.29 degrees. Yep. Okay, so I know that's a lot. Let's see, this one is just a little equation where it gives us, how many sides does that have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. So it's a 5-sided. Any 5-sided, regular or not, is still going to add up to 540. So I'm going to find out what I have so far. So I'm going to add up on a calculator 125 plus 85 plus 115 plus 110, and that's 435. I got that from adding those sides up. Plus what number is going to equal 540? So if I subtract that from 540, I get the missing angle here has to be 105. Again, so all the angles add up to 540. The next one here, sum of the interior angles is 720, work backwards. So I'm just going to write my formula. N minus 2 times 180 gives me 720. Could I distribute the 180? Yes. But 720 is divisible by 180. That goes in 4 times. So all I have to do is add 2 to both sides, and I get that there are 6 sides. Whew. Okay, so the good news is the hard part's behind us. The interior angles are the tougher ones. Exterior angles, I say, are easy. Exterior angles are easy. You'll see why. Triangle, of course, has 3 sides. The exterior angles are these ones on the outside, and there are 3 of them. And I'm just going to tell you that they add up to 360. Always add up to 360. If I want to find each exterior angle, and there's 3 of them, and they're always equal, this would be 120 degrees. Quadrilateral has 4 sides and 4 exterior angles, and they all also add up to 360. And each one is 90. 90 on the inside, 90 on the outside. A pentagon has 5 sides, and the sum of the exterior angles is 360. So I say that exterior angles are a little easier because they always add up to 360. And 360 divided by 5, 72 degrees. So our formula, so to speak, for the sum of the exterior angles is it's always exactly 360. And if I want to find each exterior, it's 360 divided by n, where again, n is the number of sides. So a pentagon has 5. Sum of the exterior is 360. We just did that one. 360 divided by 5 is 72. Hexagon has n equals 6. Sum of the exterior is 360. 360 divided by 6 is how I'm getting 60. Octagon, n is, you're right, 8. But the sum of the exterior is still 360, and 360 divided by 8, 45. If it's a 14-sided shape, I'm going to get a decimal when I do 360 divided by 14, and again, I'm just going to round it, 25.71. If I've got an equation like this one, where I've got a lot of angles here, I'm going to write a little equation. I see I have 2 x's, so 2x plus, I have 130 and another 130 is 260. So 2x plus 260 adds up to 360. Or if I subtract from both sides, 2x is 100, x is 50. Oops, I forgot to fill it in. Yeah, sum of the exterior is 360. If the measure of each exterior is 60, 360, I'm going to write it that way, divided by n is 60. I could just think about that. 360 divided by what number is 60? And that's 6. It is 6 sides. So here's the thing. If I have an interior angle and an exterior angle and they're next to each other, right, if we kind of picture this, interior and exterior are going to add up to 180 degrees because they form a straight line or a straight angle. And that'll be a little bit more clear on the homework. right? So I know that that's a tough section. I'm just going to check. Yeah, okay. I don't want to go through that. So exterior angles, interior angles. You're going to want to leave this homework out in front of you, these notes rather, in front of you when you do your homework.